And I made this mistake yesterday. What do we have here, guys? A bit of a local top, perhaps. Perhaps a bit of a local top. So we got rejected just below 14,000. So guys, I mean, I was posting this on Twitter. You know, we were becoming completely vertical here, guys. We were going totally vertical, sitting just below 14,000, and it became pretty clear that, you know, how much further could we really go at that point, guys, right? Looking at the previous bull market, the previous peak of the bull market, we had a major resistance area here to get through. And, you know, as we were coming up to it, we had a full parabolic extension, guys. We were going absolutely vertical, hitting $14,000, retesting the peak of the previous bull market. It was pretty clear to me that we were most likely going to get some rejection in between either, you know, anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000. I wasn't too sure, but it looks like we got rejection just below $14,000, and we're sitting at $12,500 here flat. That was a quick move, guys. That was a really quick move. Came up just below 14,000. If you're looking at Binance, though, we hit basically 14,000, pulling back now. We had let me see this thing. I haven't really been able to look at it too much yet. So we dumped from 14,000 straight down to just below $12,000. And let's take a look at the 5-minute chart so we can see what's actually going on here. Finding a little bit of support here, but not all too much, guys. You know, think about it. Think about this, guys. There's a lot of people sitting on profits right now. A lot of people, right? Tons of people sitting on profits here. And, you know, it doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean the parabolic run is over per se, right? You can still, I mean, there's always a chance to enter a larger scale parabolic move. Like if you're looking at this area here, you know, even when you get these major dips, you can still maintain a parabolic trajectory, right? Like if you're taking a look here, guys, even when you dump, you know, you go from 3,000 to 1,700, you can still get support, create a larger scale parabolic trend, guys, right? A larger scale parabolic trend. So we'll see how it goes, you know. This could be the beginning of a larger scale parabolic trend and possibly taking us above all-time highs at some point. Who knows? But for right now, we are getting some healthy rejection. I agree. I saw someone say here, healthy pullback, and I would have to agree with that statement. This is definitely a healthy pullback. You know, a lot of people, even a lot of bulls I saw earlier were like actually getting scared. Like they were like, this is so insane. This is almost scary. And, but you know, at least this pullback is under control right now, right? It's not too bad, right? We're going from 14,000, hitting this, you know, upward sloping support line right here, guys. So things are still quite under control right now. If you're looking at the 4-hour chart, 12-hour chart, right? But we are looking, it looks like we could be forming a bit of a local top, possibly. I'm not going to underestimate Bitcoin too much right now. Who the hell knows what is going on? But looks like we are getting some rejection here. And we might find ourselves, if we continue to pull back, we might find ourselves testing, you know, at least the 10,000 range before getting possibly continued push to the upside, guys. Right? So, you know, the parabolic move can still be maintained, but we'll see. You know, getting rejection off of 14,000 like this in this fashion could result in a longer term pullback, but it doesn't mean that, you know, the bull market is over or anything like that, right? You never know what's going to happen, but a local top is possible here, but we'll see, guys. We will see. So 15-minute, we're getting a nice pushback right now, so we'll see how this results. Crazy activity here, guys. Let's see. Looking at the 5-minute chart right now, getting support, finding support of 11,650, pushing back up over $12,500 right now, coming back to 13,000. Again, guys, it's been pretty interesting this entire way up. You know, these whole numbers, right? You found a lot of resistance on 8,000, found some resistance just below 9,000, and as you tested, you know, 10,000. Break it down to lower time frames here. Came up to 10,000. As you broke 10,000, you got a nice push to the upside, resistance off of 11,000. As you broke 11,000, you find yourself coming up to 12,000. You know, getting a little bit of rejection off 12,000, moving straight up to 13,000, getting rejection off of 13,000, pushing straight up to 14,000, just below 14,000, and getting a pullback here, finding a little bit of support here at 12,000 again. So, you know, this is a lot of selling here, guys. If you're looking at the volume, a decent amount of selling taking place right now. Doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean it's over, but it is definitely a potential for a local top, right? We haven't seen a pullback in this fashion, but also, you know, this is a parabolic move. So you are going to see stuff like this, though. Let me go through chat real quick, guys. We'll see. You know, a lot of times when Bitcoin sells off, you'll see it. You know, this is just, it's classic pullback, guys. You see a huge dump, a nice push to the upside. You know, on these lower time. I like looking at lower time frames during pullbacks. A lot of people talk crap on lower time frames. I enjoy them. It really lets me know what's going on here. It lets you get like really good detail of the volume. But we'll see. Guys, what is up? So, guys, how should I ask this? Do you guys think this is the going to be our peak for the next, let's just say, few months? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. Really interesting action here, guys. We went from just below 14,000 to below 12,000. So we did a $2,000 sell-off, more than $2,000. Yeah, a little more than $2,000. Pushing back right now. Can you guys even see me right now? What is up, everyone? See a lot of familiar faces here. I see Sunny Decree in the chat. The Caretaker is here as well. Mark D, Caprithio, all you guys, what is up? I can't give everyone a shout out right now, but I see a lot of familiar faces back. What is up, guys? Glad to have you guys here. Someone just said ETH got wrecked. Let's take a look. Not really. I mean, guys, Ethereum, I mean, if you're looking at Bitcoin, like, look at the higher time frames. Look, we're still pretty good, pretty intact here, guys, right? Like, where's my like, even if we do get a pullback, there's still a chance that we continue up, guys. Like, this thing could keep going long term, right? I mean, that wouldn't be I mean, the more healthy, it would be like getting support above 10,000 is ideal for the bulls. Getting support above 10,000, you can continue the run, right? And Ethereum is also still sitting pretty up here. Did get rejected just below my target of 375. I was expecting 375, 400 to be resistance. We got rejected just below that. If you guys watched my video, the $10,000 barrier, I was saying if Bitcoin could get above 10,000, it took actually the 12,000 break to make it really happen, but we would see some of the top altcoins get a nice push, and we did get that for Ethereum. Litecoin, a bit of a leading indicator, pulling back before Bitcoin. Did get that for XRP, a little bit of a break of resistance. Chainlink, one of my favorite altcoins, performing extremely well right now. And BNB, still holding its highs. BNB, unreal. Still holding that parabolic trajectory. We'll see how it fares here as Bitcoin pulls back. Let's see. Yeah, this is some pretty good rejection, but we'll see. We got some support right off the 21 EMA there. Directly, some bot action right there, guys. Check it out. Right on the 4-hour chart. I mean, if you guys don't know yet, the bots are definitely controlling this market. So most people here, it actually seems pretty split. Some people said, so I asked the chat, I'll ask you guys again, I guess. Do you guys think this is going to be our local top for the next, let's just say, couple months? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. So far, it's pretty split. It's very split, actually. I can't even see the difference. Bitcoin continuing to sell off a little bit here. New 15-minute candle. Let's see how this goes. What is up, guys? Chris Rock, everybody, Mr. Hole, all you guys, Samuel, Kevin, Bartek, Steven, the Caretaker, Brick, Sunny Decree is also in the chat. Caprithio. So it is so split right now, guys. It is so split. It's 50-50 in the chat right now. Is this a local top or not? Or a long-term top? This is like, or medium term, I should say. Very split. Most people are saying no, actually. Most people here are saying that this is not going to be our top for the next few months. We'll see. I can't really tell just yet. I can't tell just yet. But, you know, taking profits up here is a pretty comfortable decision in my opinion. But I'm not a financial advisor, so... Again, guys, there's a lot of people sitting on profits. You have to realize that there are so many people sitting on profits right now, right? And not all of them, I mean, there's a lot of regular retailers sitting on profits too, so there's a lot of emotion involved in this market, guys. A lot of emotion involved in this market. Sean says, "What is 1 and 2 min?" I asked the chat, do you guys think that this is the local top for at least the next few months? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. It's some good rejection here, guys. It's a pretty good rejection. This would be an incredible bear fake if we did push back. Just reading chat. I've been missing chat, guys. I've been missing chat. How's everyone feeling about this? Let me know in the comments. Guys, smash the likes if you haven't already and subscribe if you haven't done so. So let's see. 12 hours sitting neutral right now. What does Ethereum look like on the 30-minute? Bit of a pullback as well. Litecoin is pulling back below $130 right now. Still maintaining this parabolic curve at the moment. At the moment, we're still maintaining the parabolic trajectory for Litecoin as well. So overall, guys, just to make it clear, we're still within the parabolic trajectory, right? We are still within the parabolic trajectory. Bitcoin's still sitting pretty above $12,000 right now. You know, Ethereum also, if you're looking at the higher time frames, sitting pretty, right? But of course, guys, at some point there's going to be rejection, right? Things don't moon infinitely. At some point you're going to get rejection, and every parabolic move, when it gets rejected, looks something like this, right? So just keep that in mind. But it doesn't mean it has to happen now. I'm just saying keep it in mind, right? We're getting a really... volume is getting super intense right now. What else should I be looking at right now? What are some of the top coins here? I mean, that's pretty much it right now. I'm really not a big fan of shit coins. The only coin that I really like, the only altcoin that I'm like super fond of is Ethereum and Chainlink, really. Been talking about Chainlink for a while now. What else? Oh yeah, people yesterday would ask me about Tron. I haven't looked at the Tron chart in a long time. Actually, Bitcoin Cash. I want to look at Bitcoin Cash. Some of the top players in this market own Bitcoin Cash, guys. As much as people hate on it, it definitely plays a role. Getting some nice rejection. Bitcoin Cash, $515 to $555 on that sell-off. So this is interesting. Bitcoin Cash sitting in this formation. So Bitcoin Cash still sitting pretty within this formation. So we'll see. All right, we are getting some sell volume though here. Wait, what was I looking at? Wrong coin. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Tron because people were asking me about Tron. I don't really look at Tron very much. Again, guys, my style of TA is really different from other people's because I keep it very simple, right? I like to keep my TA very simple, using trend line, just very limited amount of indicators, and I just look at formations, look at resistance points. Really, just support resistance is my main indicator, and volume, guys. Volume is very key for me as well. So Tron seems to be holding up pretty well right now. Not doing too bad. Also, just pulling back as expected. So this will be interesting, guys. This is going to be interesting. This will be very, very interesting to see. There's not much for me to say, guys. I mean, we're just, we hit my top parabolic resistance line, extended above it briefly, getting some rejection now below it, and we'll see. We'll see. Guys, do you think we're going to see 10,000 again by August? Do you think right now we're going to see $10,000 again by August? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. Are we going to see $10,000 by August? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. Seth, what's up, Seth? Samuel, good to see you guys. Michael, Mr. Hull, Michael, Art, Tommy, Brick Films, A Bull, all you guys. Appreciate you guys all being here. Smash the likes if you haven't already. So I just asked the chat if we're going to see $10,000 by August. Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. So Bitcoin pulling back a little bit here. Falling below $12,500 right now. We'll see how we hold up. Seems like it's pretty split. I think most people in the chat right now do think we'll see 10,000 by August. We'll see though, guys. We'll see. Like the reason why that's an interesting question is because that would actually be, basically what would need to happen is we would either need to break below the parabolic trajectory or we would need to hit 10,000 to find support, right? That's why I think it's an interesting question, because if we hit 10,000, I mean, and it would have to. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Basically, it would be like June 10th to June 12th, or sorry, July. Basically, mid-July would be our last chance to hit $10,000 while staying within the parabolic trajectory, right? It's a pretty interesting question in my opinion. But who knows, guys? I mean, we could still, you never know. We could still maintain a really nice parabolic trajectory, but it seems like it's likely that we would be, every parabolic move has an end. This might not be the actual end. This could just be a point, a point to reset, But who knows, guys? Also, just keep an open mind, guys. This is Bitcoin. Super Hunter Cars says Kevin, Coinbase down, website and mobile. Yeah, that's what happens with these exchanges, guys. That is what happens with these exchanges. And they'll come back up the second that they want you to do something, right? So, definitely spread your holdings out across multiple exchanges. Do not keep them all in one. It's a very bad idea. Hacks are possible, right? Spread out your holdings, guys, on multiple exchanges so that even if you can't access this bag, you got that bag over there. You got something, right? Chris Rock says, I'm looking for 4,500 to 5K at some point if the run stops. Well, I mean, I think, it's still, again, there's still a possibility that we maintain the parabolic trajectory, it's less likely, in my opinion, actually, at this point, that we just like maintain and continue up. It's more likely that this is actually a local top and we find some support at a little bit lower prices. I could be totally wrong, and I'm not a financial advisor. Also, I would say 6,400 I think would probably be like would be the lowest point to find support. That would be like max downside in my opinion, 6,400, I think. I have a hard time believing that Bitcoin's going to retest its lows. Like Alessio Rastani was suggesting that Bitcoin is going to do some like B wave move and come down here. I don't think so, guys. Don't think so. I would say most likely we'll find some structure here above 6,400 and probably continue the long-term trend somewhere, however it may be. It just might take some time, guys. Again, markets do take time, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Bitcoin retesting $12,000 right now. Let's see if we pull back below. Falling below 12,000 on Coinbase. Looks like Litecoin is at 128, Ethereum at 325. Looks like a lot of people are freaking out about Coinbase. Again, guys, this is why you got to spread out your holdings on multiple exchanges. You never just throw it all in one. Chris Rock says, I'd take 6,400. I think anyone would at this point. Anybody who believes in Bitcoin long term, rather. Right? That's what I was saying the whole bear market. Like, people were so mad at me during the whole bear market, and it was the best gift you could have ever received was low prices. The greatest gift Bitcoin could have ever gave you. Like, if you like Bitcoin and you believe in it, this is the best thing that could ever happen, right? So we're pulling back even further now, coming to $11,500. So let's see. This is our current 4-hour upsloping support line. We'll see if we can get some support off of it or if we break through. Sean Casey, they're probably trolling. Barkley says, Alessio does not have a good rep. Stopped listening to him, actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, Alessio Rastani doesn't seem like he's really involved in crypto. I think he just knows he can get a lot of views from crypto. I think. That's my take on him when it comes to crypto. I could be wrong. Ruck Bogger says, retest the lows, why not? Well, because, guys, I mean, Bitcoin has I gotta pull up the Bitstamp chart for this one. Why not retest the lows? Well, this is just, put it on log scale. Actually, I should have Brave new coin up, but unless Sunny Decrease Griper Wave theory happens and we actually retest these lows again, but if that's even what it is. But guys, when Bitcoin moves, like we hit $1,200, pulled back to basically $200. We hit $20,000, pulled back to $3,100. Like in this area, guys, right? We hit a bottom and we start pushing up. Right? Eventually, you break the all-time high. It just takes a little bit, right? So that's kind of what we might be doing now. You push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back until eventually you break the all-time high. You know, I don't really have a good answer for that. It's just over time, the Bitcoin supply decreases. The available supply for Bitcoin, you know, just in general, it decreases over time as adoption takes place. So it makes it much easier for the price of Bitcoin to continue its long-term growth pattern. Yeah, I mean, that answer is very complicated, but I don't think we're going to retest the lows. I don't think so. It's just not what Bitcoin does. If we did retest the lows, then we would be doing something that Bitcoin just never does, right? That would be going outside of the long-term growth pattern. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how it plays out, guys. Yeah, I don't, you know, I mean, it's possible that we could fall below 6K. I'm just reading a comment here. It's possible, but I think 6K should act as really good support. Also, you know, a lot of institutions were accumulating here, right? And a lot of institutions were, you know, thought they were screwed in this area. So I think if we do pull back to 6K, likely they would definitely try to put some support at 6K, I would think. These institutions that were kind of fooled into stepping into the market here. I don't think they're going to let this thing drop back below 6K, guys. I don't think so. But we'll see. So 30-minute chart sitting just at $12,000 right now. Jose, what is up? Max X is here. What is up, guys? So looking at the one-day candle here on Ethereum, this is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. So Bitcoin is seeing some more dumpage here. Seems like. We're finding a little bit of support here, looking at the 5-minute. Actually, we are finding a little bit of support in the short term. So we'll see, guys. I mean, you know, remove this. We actually hit that support area directly, pretty much on the 4-hour. Just this upward sloping support line. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, I would have a hard time imagining that we would break above 14,000 in the near term. I would have a very hard time imagining that. So, you know, we'll see. B-Trail says, Amen, I was able to get Bitcoin between 3 to 4K in December was a blessing. Absolutely. Cyber Mike is screaming. A-Ball says, dump it. Great. Jensen says 9K support. Well, that is what I was talking about in my video. I think I deleted my lines, though. You know, 9K, I think, would be the absolute bare minimum in terms of getting support to remain above the parabolic, or to remain within the parabolic trajectory, right? I think 9K, I mean, I would think it's probably closer to 9,500 or so. But, you know, we could, in my opinion, we could pull straight back, not straight back, but we could pull back to 9,000 to 9,500 and still maintain this bullish movement, right? We could still maintain the bullish structure if we pull back to 9,000, 9,500, right? Kind of an off drawing there. Doesn't really matter. You guys get the point. Right? This would be a nice touch off of our upward sloping support line for this structure in general, 9,000, 9,500. So if we are pulling back to this area, I would actually be looking for reaccumulation if we do find good support at the 9,000 level. But we'll see how it plays out. Of course, you know, if we pull back to 10,000, it's going to be a good fake out for, you know, if we start falling below 10,000, it'll be a nice fake out for the, you know, bigger players that are trying to accumulate at lower levels. Sorry guys, I'm missing a lot of chat. What is up, everyone? Sorry guys, hold on. Jose says, what the F just happened? Well, we got a little bit of a pullback. A little bit of a pullback. So again, you know, anyone tuning in, if this was going to be any sort of local top, you know, I would say we still have a chance of maintaining the bullish structure if we pull back to 9,000 to 9,500, right? So we'll see. Again, guys, smash the likes if you haven't done so, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Also, Ethereum on the one-day chart right now, this is getting interesting. This is very interesting. Ethereum on the one-day. This is the one-day candle for Ethereum right now. And we just flipped red there for a second. Got a big dump there on Coinbase. So Ethereum pulling back on the one-day here. Litecoin also looking like it's pulling back now as well. Litecoin, the past 30 minutes, pulling back a little bit here, hitting $122, $123 on the 30-minute LTC to USD Coinbase. XRP also falling below this previous resistance right here. Chainlink also getting some rejection at this point. BNB also getting some selling. Bitcoin Cash still remaining above this support line. TRX pulling back as well. Not really a big fan of TRX, but I had it up. So this is going to be interesting. Bitcoin, let's see if we can remain above this short-term upward sloping support line. You know, if we can remain above this, there's a chance that we actually create an ascending triangle breakout here on the 4-hour, right? Still a chance. Even though it's major rejection, you never know, guys. Right? Just saying. If we fall below this short-term upward sloping support line, then I would say it's very unlikely that we do pull up above 14K in the near future. Right now, there's still a chance, guys. I mean, yeah, guys, if you're a long-term believer in Bitcoin, if you were accumulating at low levels, this is just a blip right now. This is really just a blip. It depends on how you want to approach the market. You know, it depends on your style, like how, you know, what your outlook on Bitcoin is. You know, everybody's different. People always ask me what they should do, and it's like, I can't answer your question. I don't know what your holdings are. I don't know what your situation is. You know, no idea. So this will be interesting, guys. Magic Bike, what is up, man? Yeah, again, guys, there's just a lot of people sitting on profits, so this is not really much of a surprise here, getting this type of movement. And we're still sitting above the short-term uptrend. We haven't really made any major moves to the downside yet. We're just getting a bit of a pullback. It's possible that we reverse, possible that we actually create some sort of ascending triangle, if I could actually draw properly. You know, it's kind of unlikely in my opinion, but it's possible, right? Possible. I shouldn't underestimate the momentum of Bitcoin. I just think it would be unlikely for that to happen. Crypto Media says, why would institutions want to make support at 6K if they want to accumulate? They push the price through 6K. Well, because if institutions have already bought OTC during the bear market, guys, if they've been accumulating, which there were tons of OTC transactions taking place. If they already took the time to accumulate here, why would they want to bring it back? You know, why not keep it up and just take percentage profit here and reaccumulate here and keep this thing going, rather than like just dumping it and reaccumulate? You know, that's just not a good strategy. But you know, that's just how I would see it. So actually, let's ask this. Do you think that we're going to have something like this right now, or continue straight parabolic? Right? Do you think that we're going to pull back and hit 9K to 10K before continuing up in the bullish case? Or do you think we are actually going to continue up from here? Right? Press 1 for continue up, and press 2 for a bit of a reset to find support. Mostly 2s right now, so most people seem to think we're going to get a bit of a reset. Something like this. But we'll see. Again, in order for that to happen, we first need to actually fall below this short-term upward sloping support line on the 4-hour chart in order for that to take place. Right now, we're still maintaining above it. I mean, this is a pretty nice rejection. A lot of sell volume in here, but we'll see. Craig Neve says, move Bitcoin into Dogecoin. So most people think that this is going to be a bit of a reset point. Most people think that we're going to get something like this instead of just, possibly creating. I'm talking about the chat right now. Most people think that we're going to get a bit of a reset. You know, there is a potential for something like this to happen, guys. Potential. I think it's unlikely, but right now we're actually still within the bullish trend, guys. We have rejection right now, but we're still within the bullish trend. We're not actually breaking below this upward sloping support line. So things are still intact, but it, definitely starting to look a bit like a local top here, guys. We might trade sideways a bit and maybe pull back. We'll see. Supercars says, that was a lot of FOMO today, wasn't it? Yes, it was a lot of FOMO, a lot of pumping, a lot of tether pumping, a lot of everything going on today, guys. A lot of everything going on today. Saulo says, man, I love your videos. Thanks. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, definitely do so, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Still pulling back right now. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here at this upward sloping trend line. Craig Neve is convinced that you will get more Bitcoin with a good Dogecoin play over the next 2 months. Somehow Dogecoin has extremely good market structure, guys. Dogecoin has very good market structure. Robert says, based on Elliott Wave analysis, 6K must be met before 20,000. I'm not really big on Elliott Wave, but I could see that just from a technical perspective. But, guys, I mean, Like, we're not really that far away from 20,000 at this point, to be honest. I think it's very unlikely. You know, we would have to gain, you know, what, 80%? It would be an 80% gain, which is unlikely. But, you know, we already went from 3,100 to 14,000. So if we get a bit of a reset here, get some support, continue up, then it's possible, guys. That is possible. You know, maybe we find some more resistance in this range, just being very skeptical or speculative here, guys. And I can't draw. You know, like in this last, you know, like stuff like movements like this, guys. Movements like this is what I'm, you know, if this is going to be a bull market, this is what I'll be looking for. Movements like this, where you have major rejection, but you just keep it up. If you catch my drift. Made to Last says, I need 3K BTC. I think you're a little late. Rico S says, be civil. Rico S, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Raphael S, when Toyota Corolla. I'm not sure what that means, but it's good to have you here, Raphael. Dream Surfer, what's up, dude? 10K by Friday, says Dream Surfer. Well, that would be a healthy move in my opinion. Would be a healthy move. If we were going to really remain bullish in a healthy way, getting a pullback to 10,000 and continue up would be a good move in my opinion. But we'll see. If we don't find enough support here, things could get bearish and we could be retesting, in my opinion, 6,400 or so before getting another move up. But we'll see. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream soon. Guys. So if you haven't already smashed the like button, definitely do so. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I appreciate you guys all tuning in. I'll hang out for a little bit here. So Ethereum is holding support at the bottom of this this daily candle right now. We'll see. It's really all up to Bitcoin, guys. It's really all up to Bitcoin. Bitcoin can find some support here or not. Litecoin also seeing some decent rejection right now. Bit of a leading indicator, guys. Or has been, at least. So this is interesting. Litecoin finding support off of previous resistance. Guys, this is why I just love support and resistance analysis. Keep it simple. Nothing more is really needed here, guys, in my view. In crypto, not much more is needed. So moving averages, exponential moving averages, parabolic stop reverse, support resistance, trend lines. That's all I really need, guys. Of course, volume. Of course, can't forget volume. So we'll see how this goes, guys. We'll see how this goes. We could bounce back for short-term bounce back in the near term. What am I looking at here? Oh, this is my... So we'll see. Bitcoin and Ethereum also just finding support just below or attempting to hold above the open of this daily candle. So again, guys, you know, even if we do get a pullback, there is room to find support before continuing up, right? We'll see. I would say that most likely this run is losing its momentum now. Seeing this type of rejection usually indicates that the run is probably, at least for the short term, over, but I could be wrong, and I'm not a financial advisor. interesting point to be at. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon here. Just going to look through a few comments. A lot of people talk about Dogecoin right now. Is it pumping or something? Hey guys, one day, 50 cent, someone says, I want 50 cent BTC. Ain't gonna happen. One day, 3,000 could be basically the same as 50 cents. You know, in terms of just the perspective, you never know. If Bitcoin's going to continue the long-term growth pattern, you never know. Also, there is a chance that, I was just been thinking about this, guys, and now that we're getting rejection, it's actually becoming slightly more possible that we actually see like some sort of activity like this. Right. If this would be like a lower low scenario. You know, I don't know this, you know, the way that XRP has performed something in this direction, you know, just it would be like a very, very long-term accumulation period where you have like these peaks and eventually the price would start moving up. That would be like the most, not the most bearish scenario, but kind of. Right, you just have these like lower highs all the way down, and eventually, you know, hopefully creating some higher lows as well, and you know, breaking out. And it would be like a very long-term accumulation period moving into 2020, 2021. But that's extremely speculative idea I just threw at you guys. That is not my prediction. That is just something I've been thinking about. Finding a little bit of support here on the 30-minute. We'll see how it goes. I would expect this to be a local top, but I could be wrong. This could just be a quick reset before a continued parabolic move, which would be pretty mind-blowing in my opinion. But with Bitcoin, you never know, guys. You really never know with Bitcoin. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Much appreciated. Smash the likes if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And we'll see, guys. We'll see if we continue the parabolic run, have a short-term reset, or a medium-term sell-off. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes, guys. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, Bitcoin's still sitting within the parabolic trajectory really nicely. We're still well within the trend. Just seeing a bit of rejection at this point, and you know, every parabolic move does have a sell-off point, but we'll see, guys. We'll see how it actually plays out. We are finding a little bit of support now, bouncing up a little bit here, so we'll see how it all plays out. But anyway, guys, thank you guys all for tuning in. I much appreciated, and I will see you all in the next video or live stream, whatever it is I decide to do. Peace out, guys.